Hello fans, Beacon of Moral Fortitude, your king and leader, Cody the King of YouTube, coming at you live. As you all know, I'm no stranger to controversy. A man like me has no qualms with presenting serious topics and presenting a view that most people are scared to speak about. I present views that most people haven't ever even thought of, that are so far above the dimension that most people reside in that they would never think of the ideas that I think of. I'm just being honest, folks. But I've been really thinking about this, and I've read all these little pseudoscience articles. I've looked at all that nonsense, so don't try to throw that in my face. I've researched all this. I know everything, all of the ramifications, but I've never been a big fan of honeybees. I've never been a big fan of bees at all, any kind of bee. I go outside and I'm just wanting to play a nice game of beanbag in my yard, and I got a stupid bumblebee buzzing around and buzzing right into the line where I would throw my beanbag. So obviously if my beanbag hits this stupid bee that's in the line of sight, that's going to knock off the perfect ratios that I've figured out to make a ringer every time. If a bee gets in the way, just that little iota, that little change will make me not get a ringer, and it could be the difference between a win and a loss when I'm playing myself in a game of beanbag. But I get sick and tired of these things because I consider the flowers in my yard to be my property. So a lot of times I'm strolling around the yard and I'm having a nice pleasant word with these flowers. Sometimes I'll make a nice cup of tea for me and for a couple of the flower ladies in the yard. And I want these flowers, I want my alone time with these flowers. I want to talk to these flowers one-on-one, have a little bit of fun. I don't want some stupid buzzing bully bee coming around trying to ruin all the fun and stick his thing on one of my flower friends. I get sick and tired of that. They got no respect for me. They got no respect for anybody because they've been fed these false lies by these pseudoscientists that they're so important for the ecosystem. If you take the bees away, everything collapses. Well, I got news for you. That's not true. Not true at all. We can already engineer any type of we can engineer little robotic bees that will do everything the other bees do, and they won't annoy us with that stupid buzzing. I won't have to look into their dumb looking faces, and they all have, you have to admit, even if you are an ardent bee supporter, they have very ugly, fat looking faces that make me want to throw up. So if anyone out there that collects bees, that wears that big suit on your head that has a lot of hives, beehives outside of your house, why don't you take your equipment off? Why don't you look that hive right in the eyes and tell that queen bee in all seriousness, folks, look it right in the eye and tell that stupid, fat, misogynistic queen bee, tell it to buzz off.